Welcome back, listeners. This is Katie, and right now, it's just Katie. We are returned from our month-long break. However, I do want to just let you know that Bridget is going to be taking a little bit of a longer break. Girl is busy. Okay, she's working, she's making money, making that money. And just, maintaining her sanity, as we all try to do. So she will be back in June, okay? But we are going to be releasing some episodes. I am going to be hosting with some random people. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a surprise. I don't even know what's happening myself. So we're all going to be surprised. But Bridget will be back and look forward to that return. So enjoy these next couple episodes.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, 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 sisters. Sisters who've seen it.
Hello!
Hello!
And that would be the part where it's Bridget, but it's a different voice! It's a different voice. Surprise!
Surprise!
It's very exciting for me and for the podcast because we have a very special guest. As you already are aware, Bridget is taking a little breaksy poo. Okay, she needs a break. Girl's gonna get a break because we love her. But my very special guest today is none other than one of my good best friends, Miss Julie. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
So I should have done my research better, and I didn't. But you've already done a lot of movie requests for us.
I have. I lost count because, to be completely honest, I get a little bit of drink in me. And then I like to go in and I like to recommend movies.
You did do that for Crossroads because I was sitting next to you, I'm pretty sure, when you did that. And we were doing a power hour drinking game. So I remember that one. Did you request Now and Then?
Probably. I love Now and Then.
Yeah,
I think I also requested Twister.
Oh my God, you did!
I'm pretty sure that I watched Twister and I was like, this has to happen. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's definitely more than that. So Julie is a fan. Dare I say it?
Big fan. From the beginning.
Ugh. God, we love her.
Yep.
So this is going to be a trip because Julie and I I think we were pretty strategic in picking this movie. Now, I'm going to do our little normal introduction. Again, don't have Bridget, okay? But today, Julie is my sister. She is the sister surrogate. All right. So listeners, if you're new and if you are returning, welcome. And we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Julie.
And, frick, I wrote down a freaking quote. I am the giver of his word. Heed my word. I actually really wanted to get a weird hat when we went on, but I didn't. Julie, what's the movie this week?
The movie this week is Children of the Corn.
Oh my God.
Boy, oh boy, was there corn.
There was corn, all right. And, I do want to just give context that, listeners, one of the most beautiful things about Julie is she lives her life on the cob. She's corny as fuck. And you better be ready for the corny jokes, because they're coming.
My life on the cob.
They're coming. To the point where, I don't even know if you remember this, there was on one of the dating apps, some guy had that in his profile where it was like, I'm corny, baby. I live my life on the cob. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to you. And I was like, I think you should date this guy. But we didn't know how to connect with him because it's a dating app. So
and different locations.
Yeah.
But that's going in the profile.
I mean, you could take that. So, all right, Jewel, I am giving this task to you. All right. I would love to hear your synopsis of Children of the Corn. Wow. You can do it. I believe in you, Hagrid. So, you got this.
There's a small town in the middle of corn country where the children band together to form a religious cult and kill all of the adults.
Oh, God.
And what a ride it becomes.
Yep.
It is a Stephen King book.
Well, it's short story.
Short story, okay.
Which it shows, so yeah.
Yes. In the beginning, I was like, need to read this. At the end, I was like, I don't know.
It's like, I'm good.
This was something.
Yeah.
I have vivid memories of my childhood watching this movie in the basement with my sister and her friends. Yes.
Nightmare fuel.
Yes. Back then, was very afraid of it.
Yeah.
There were absolutely parts of it this time around that I was still a little unnerved and afraid.
Yep.
The thought of these children were very terrifying. The chants, very terrifying.
Oh, they were chanting kill, kill, kill at one
Kill,
point.
kill, kill.
And I was like, this is choreographed. Oh,
they
God.
also were not all under 18.
Definitely not. Malachai, please. Guy could go buy a beer. Come on. This is ridiculous.
Isaac, on the other hand, unknown what age that kid is.
Yeah. I will give you some fun facts after your synopsis, because I read up a little bit about some of the stuff for this movie.
A more synopsis, I think there's two adults. We cut scene to them in a hotel room where they start making it seem like something scary was about to happen. Scary is one word for that birthday dance.
It'll haunt my dream all night.
Even the scene with like not real background music, not real like flowing dialogue between them was scary and like made me on edge. Right? That was the whole movie.
I'm laughing because I don't normally have this experience where the person I'm podcasting with is also a single woman. And I think you and I are in the same boat with like, we don't want to date a Burt. That's our nightmare.
Okay, but the problem is my fourth to last note on that I was keeping track of is, okay, but Burt's hands.
Oh, the hands, Julie.
By the end of the movie, I was like, I can see it.
Were they as big as a corn cob? Is that?
They were big.
Damn. I wasn't looking at the hands.
Yeah. Well, we have Burt, and then we have Sarah Connor. I like to think this is her origin story.
God, I fucking wish. Yeah.
Who are driving cross country to go to Burt's medical residency, I believe, in Seattle. They are clearly not small town people. They have no self-preservation skills or street smarts.
Definitely not.
And are lost driving through the cornfields when they hit a child.
Literally.
They don't just hit that kid, too. That kid was flying.
That scene was scary.
Safe. And then we have to go into details about this for what they do after. But they go on this adventure to find help for the kid. So they can't find anybody to help them. They find what seems like an abandoned gas station with a very grumpy man who tells them, get out of here. Then they start driving through the cornfield, and then they end up down a small road where there's that house. They find a child by themselves in the house that they decide to make friends with.
Yeah, well, Vicky does. I don't... Debatable about Burt, but yes.
Burt, yes. I want your thoughts on that. And for how he, talked to her. And then the adult children come and try and kill them.
The 21 min plus children who are 19 somehow.
Right?
Yep.
And then demons come into play. Are they demons? Are they God? I don't know. Special effects. 1984 special effects come into play.
Oh, they sure were.
We'll talk about that. And then at the end of the day, the adults get to walk away in an open-ended ending.
Very, I was like, how are you guys going to make it in the middle of the night in 18 miles? Like, the coyotes
18
are going
miles.
to get you. There's no way.
There's no way.
So, that was
is my
amazing,
synopsis.
Julie.
Thank you so much.
Claps to you. Okay. Synopsises are not easy, okay? Let me just say that. So, kudos to you. This is based on a short story by Stephen King. This is a short movie, an hour and a half. A lot of, not plot things that happen.
It didn't need to be any longer.
Oh, look at this room with the creepy corn husks. Crazy. And you're like, I get it.
A lot of filler scenes.
The decorator was having a time, So that's part of this movie.
Yes.
The second part is okay. because this was Stephen King, they didn't, in general, they just didn't have a big budget. I think when this movie was like greenlit, it was like, you're going to have $1.3 million in your budget. And I guess at the time, this was also in 1984, that was like, wow, that's great and excellent. And then Stephen motherfucking King is like, bitch, if you're going to use my story and my name, I want a lot of money. He demanded $500,000. You guys can do the math.
You're kidding.
But like, that's like half the budget
dollars
to just to have his name. Because basically they were like, we want your name on this because you will get us like advertising and people want to see it. It's got your name on it. And
then they made 10 more Children of the Corn.
So that's another thing. Of all the Stephen King stories, this is the one that has the most sequels. What? Why? Guys?
Why?
What do you mean?
Where do you mean? Where does the story go?
Where do you mean? Well, I don't know about it. So a lot of pieces, but I think when you know that the movie, you're kind of like, okay, I understand it.
It does feel,
I don't accept some parts, but I get it.
No, it feels very home movie.
It does. Which can be really creepy. I mean, like Blair Witch Project, that's like a scary movie. And this movie, I mean, you said that, like, but you've never seen the Blair Witch Project?
No, I've never seen it. I refuse to.
Okay.
That scares me. I guess we could have done that for this.
We've already done the Blair Witch Project, though. Oh
have you really?
Yep, we did.
I don't listen to the episodes that I didn't watch.
Okay, Julie, damn. I think that's so fucking funny, because if you told me that when we lived together, I would have been like, well, now we're gonna watch it, so way to be. You did that on purpose.
I did. We watched Paranormal Activity together, and that was enough for me.
Oh, we did. We watched that on Halloween. That was wild.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Let's get into the movie. And we start off with, I guess, like, we're at so the town is called Gatlin. Fine. It's Nebraska, because corn? Is that the
corn?
Is that the corn state?
I was guessing Illinois.
I thought Iowa, too. Wasn't it, like... I don't know.
It's somewhere in the middle.
I can't point out where any of these states are on a map. So, I'm so sorry if you're from these areas. But corn, that's it. And we learn that it's a very small town. It's like, there's a church they show, there's some kids, there's adults, and we're in the little diner, as you alluded to. My first gripe, if you will, critique, shall we say, is that we decided to make a child the narrator. Somebody help.
Yeah.
Help me.
So many children actors.
Could have been anyone else to narrate, but it was the little boy.
But to be fair, there were no adults.
Oh, fuck, you're so right, Julie. Oh, my God. That little boy's name was Job.
Joby, yeah.
Not Job.
Not Job.
It's Job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're in the diner, and what happens, Jewel? Want to describe that scene?
We get to see Malachai for the first time.
Oh, God, he's so scary.
So scary.
Ugh.
Still as scary as I remember. So is Isaac. When Isaac peeks around the corner with the hat on, that's a jump scare.
It's so slow, but a jump scare.
So slow, but it's still... He defies age.
So this was his first movie, and the actor who played him was actually 24 years old at the time. He has a growth deficiency, so...
It's too old.
He was over the 19 age, so, he would have met his
He would be dead, yes.
He would be dead. This is true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, like a true cult leader, he was a liar.
He fucking was.
Yeah.
God.
Yep. My other note is that the diner is so quintessential small town diner.
Yeah.
Everybody getting a coffee and being old.
And so, okay, I was confused though, because we see that the waitress, it's, I want to say roofies, but it's not. It's murder. She murders
Poisons.
people via coffee.
Yeah.
Pours some shit in there. What? So she was a child?
I didn't know this either. I
Child
just
waitress?
assumed that it must have been a child waitress.
A child. Okay. So that's
There are a lot of children in this small town.
There's no laws already in the town, so, like, I don't know how they didn't expect anarchy at this point.
Right.
Yeah, force the children to work.
The little Joby starts figuring out that something bad is about to happen. And he is not an upstander.
It sure fucking ain't.
Not until the end.
With this milkshake.
Yeah. He was like, I got a milkshake.
He's like, life is good for me and no one
Sorry,
else.
Dad.
Well, yeah,
Right?
Good luck with that.
Here's just my trauma as these kids brutalize. They don't just let the adults die from poison.
Yeah.
Then they come in with all of their different blades.
Where'd they get them all?
Well, farms, I guess.
Oh, who's housing those?
Right.
Yep.
But then the meat slicer was just
that was
unnecessary.
A lot. Absolutely too much.
The open mouth blood spray, again, unnecessary. My jaw was just open during that entire scene.
I mean, Job should have been dead from, like, a blood infection, right? Like,
100%.
There's just no way. Yeah. And he doesn't scream.
Nope.
He's just like, oh, the horror. Anyway, back to the milkshake.
This is life now. I was ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote trauma in all caps.
It was very dramatic. It was, we come to find through child narrator, this was a planned event. The children all congregated in the cornfield. Mm-hmm. Isaac's the cult child leader. And he's like, we gotta kill the adults just cause we got to. And everyone's just like, yeah. Let's
do it. We can live without adults.
They do. Honestly, okay. Doubtful at best.
Could you?
I have watched Kid Nation, okay? If you have not watched Kid Nation, go take a watch. Kids can't even make themselves fucking pancakes. And you're trying to convince me this town of children lived for 3 years with no adults?
That's what I'm saying.
So. No taxes are being paid?
Who's paying the bills?
There's
Who's
no way.
keeping the lights on?
Nope.
Who's unclogging the toilet?
None of them.
None of them.
No, they all have lice, okay? Scabies.
Yep.
It's not happening.
They're not producing the cornfields.
Definitely not. Not when you're killing all the 19-year-olds.
Right.
Like 19, like what?
Right.
Why that age?
Why not, like, extend it to 21?
Well, yeah. Or even just, like, 20 when you're like, you're not a teen. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So
this whole thing's crazy.
Nobody asked any questions. Nobody qualified this situation.
Nope.
They just went along with Isaac.
We all just, we go with it. Murder happens. And then, we cut to this motel scene. Oh, my God. And it's
the toes. The second
zoom
jump
in
scare.
Of the toes. That was my horror scene also because disgusting
spread
in the like the shaggy, like nobody's vacuumed that carpet. It was so foul. But this is how you know this was based on a short story because I'm like, why are we watching these fucking feet walk across the carpet for 10
like
minutes?
45 seconds of toes.
Because we gotta fill the void of non-plot. That's what we have to do.
There was so little like background songs, and dialogue.
Yes.
That it was hard to keep my attention on the movie.
Joe's whipping out the Candy Crush. She's like, yeah. There's some
I'm playing Spider Solitaire.
People.
Yeah.
I mean, there was even a part where so you end up finding out, okay, these are our main characters. This is Burt, who I am not a Burt fan. We'll get more into it. And his girlfriend, Vicky. It's Burt's birthday, so you think, oh, they're gonna be birthday sex bone in the motel. They sure fucking ain't, Julie.
That's the worst birthday. I forgot that it was his birthday.
That is Bert's idea, by the way. Bert is like, ugh, Vicky, get out of here. I'm gonna go shower. And then we're leaving. And she was like, oh.
She's like, we're not staying late?
She's like, we're not having sex on this bed that we, I think, slept in, but maybe not, because I don't know.
You just want to, like, get back on the road?
Yeah, it's
And then
weird.
Not only are they just getting back on the road, but there's no music in that car.
I literally wrote that. I was like, what kind of fucking sickos take a road trip and don't have a goddamn playlist? Like, what do you mean?
I know it's 1984, but they had, like, cassette tapes. My note is literally driving in rural country with no radio or music is crazy.
That's like gotta be a torture method, honestly. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, and then there's like weird kind of undertones where they try to turn the radio on and it's like a preacher and they're like, God, religion is crazy. And there's a weird subplot that it's in the beginning of the movie, but then they never talk about it again, where Linda Hamilton is like, yeah, let's get married. And he's like, nah. And then like, we don't talk about it ever again. And you're like, wait, what do you mean?
They don't go through this entire experience and end up at the end being like, we should get married.
Honestly, I would have liked that ending better if like cornfield's on fire and he turns around and he's like, and here's a ring made of corn for you. Like, this is the moment. I mean, I would have been like, all right, 2 more points to you. Yeah. Right. But no, we don't do that. No.
There was also the scene where we get the glimpse of Job. I think it was Joby. And Sarah and some other kid trying to run away.
I don't know that other kid's name. We should know his name because he does die.
He does die. I don't know if he's named. But we see him getting ready to make an escape. When he's trying to escape, the kids are going to do a lookout. Screams. Nobody's
blowing
looking.
the cover. Blowing the cover.
Attention a little bit better.
I just like, guys, there's just so many other ways we could have done this plan. We could have done this at nighttime. We could have you could have just gone without these 2 kids. Like, I don't even understand why you involved them because they're kind of useless, but here, off we go.
Is there a bicycle somewhere that we could just get on a bike and start biking away?
But then another part of me was like, maybe, because we later find out the Kid Nation child cult, they're worshiping this corn devil. I don't know. It's something not good. And it's an actual thing. And they call it He Who Walks Behind the Rose. And that's like a real thing in the movie universe. So then I was like, wait, did that thing tell someone? Because it's in the cornfields and that's the only way you can leave is a cornfield? Except it's not, because you could just walk on a road. But yeah, I don't know.
There's
no
lore.
one knows.
There's lore behind this.
Well, I'm sure if I read the story, there probably is a little bit more information about that shit. We all know Stephen King likes to pick apart religion, which I do think is kind of funny.
I enjoy that.
Well, and Julie, again, relevant for you, Julie was a Catholic school girl, y'all.
I was. 12-year survivor.
Oh my God, 12 years! Julie, I'm so glad you made it out of there. I'm sweating.
Yeah. I did. Jesus. I made it out. The whole family's out. That sounds so bad.
Everybody's out of the cornfield.
That sounds so bad. Listen, if you are found and you love God, power to you.
That's fine, but just don't make a child cult in the cornfield because of your love of God.
Don't kill the adults. Yeah.
No, definitely not.
If God starts whispering in your ear to kill the adults, go talk to somebody.
Yeah, not the priest. Mental
not
health
a child
provider.
named Malachi.
Oh God, no.
I have a really hard time with anybody named Malachi.
And I spelled it wrong. The entire thing of my notes kept spelling it wrong. It's spelled Malachai, like a chai tea.
Yeah,
but
I think that's right.
Goddamn English language.
And I am afraid of saying the name too many times that it's going to be like Beetlejuice.
Oh, he's going to appear in your window with a giant knife that's 2 feet long.
The red hair flowing.
No, the flipped out hair. It was iconic. I mean,
Sarah Connor's
can't miss
hair.
him.
What was her name in this? Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky's hair was also original side part.
Oh,
she had great hair during it.
A lot of tufts and fluffs. Well, I can't find the name of this little boy who dies. It might be Joseph. Nobody fucking knows. But he dies. And Malachi, we see Malachi I guess he's the one that kills him.
Mm-hmm.
So that is happening while simultaneously Burt and Vicky are driving on a road. And this is, okay. All right, Bert's already been a dick, but he becomes more of a dick in this moment where he's like, God, Vicky, get the map out. Where's the directions? And then she tells him, and he's like, that's not correct. Let me mansplain while I drive. And lo and behold, we run over a child.
Run over a child.
And
then, okay, what would you do? It's 1984. There's no cell phones. There's no humans around.
What would I do with the dead child body?
You leave it on the side of the road, right? You don't put it in the trunk.
Here's the thing, though. Because he's like a doctor, and he looks at the kid, and he's like, oh, the kid was already dead, because something blood coagulation, also stab wounds in his neck.
The kid could not have been dead. The kid was standing up.
I don't know. Maybe that was...
The kid was standing in the middle of the road.
Some corn magic shit. Yeah, I don't know if we have an explanation for that part, but man, I hate watching scenes where someone gets hit by a car and it looks so real.
So real. That was really scary.
Freaks me out. The one good thing I'll say about this movie, it's a kudos, is I do always appreciate daytime horror movies, and this kind of fits that.
This was a daytime horror movie.
It's mainly during the day, and it, you know, there are some creepy parts, including the running over a child.
Right. But he puts the child in the trunk, right?
It's not a good look. Like, how are you going to explain that to a cop?
The body's in the trunk at the end of the movie, right?
There's a lot of DNA evidence in the trunk. Like, it's,
yes.
are you going to tell them, like, he was a zombie in the road? I don't know, guys.
All over the suitcase?
Yeah. They went through the suitcase, too, which I was like, why?
Their fingerprints are on everything. For me, I'm leaving the body on the side of the road, and I am going to the next bar.
You're zooming. So you would not have pulled over into the creepy gas station? Weird. You don't ask for death on a daily basis? Oh, so strange.
I have a full tank of gas, and there's a scary old man.
Yep.
No, I'm still going.
He even had a sign that was like, I don't have gas. And they're like, hey, do you have like stuff here? And he's like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, please do.
Get out.
He does.
And they don't listen.
I don't really understand why that guy... I mean, they do make a comment where they're like, he helped us get gas. But I was like, but how? And like, why isn't he dead and murdered?
And why is he just okay still living there?
Well, that's the real question, isn't it?
Right?
There's no answers. You know, he who walks behind the rose is the answer, I suppose. It's pretty dumb. And basically, Burt very quickly is like, well, this guy's not going to help. Off we go. And the guy had told him, you have to go some certain direction. You're going to get to this different town. Don't go to Gatlin. And so they're like, fine, we won't go to motherfucking Gatlin. But then there's like vandalism with signs. Like it's a goddamn Looney Tunes cartoon where it's like, wait a second. We already passed a sign that said Gatlin, and now there's another one over here. I was like, oh my god. You need to tell me these children, like, took the time to go find signs and put them in, like, sketchy places to confuse people in the corn? Is that the way of the child nation cult? What do you mean?
They really did try and draw all the adults in there.
This is just a lot of... I don't even know.
There's a lot of open holes.
It's a lot of work we're doing.
Yes, a lot of work.
Yeah.
I don't think we should talk about Sarge.
I don't want to talk about it because I'm sad.
Same. Unnecessary.
Dog is dead. I'm over it.
Why did that happen?
I'm over it. And also, that was another thing where I was like, oh, this is going on for a long ass time where we're with this guy who is gonna be murdered and, you know, I guess I'll watch it for the next 5 minutes. I didn't want to, but here I am for the long haul, I suppose.
Right? I'm getting invested in this person and their dog.
Will he or won't he make it out as Malachai with his 8-foot knife is standing there? Yep.
Wait, do we know if he made it out?
No, he's definitely dead. They talk about it.
Okay.
Isaac is like, God damn it, Malachai, you went and killed the guy. That wasn't part of the plan. And I was like, whose plan?
Whose plan?
There's no plans. We got 80 signs. Nobody has a plan.
It's the corn tremor.
The
is what it
plan
was.
is written in crayon. It fucking was a corn tremor. Oh my
I
god.
wrote that down.
I want someone to Photoshop a cob of corn on the face of a tremor. So please do that for us. For us. Yeah, do for Isaac.
Oh my god.
All right, so these fucking ding-dongs, Bert's being such a dick. Like, I cannot even. He's driving in a cornfield. I don't know how he thought that was the direction.
I don't either. She repeatedly is like, can we leave this place?
She's like, why can't we go on a road? And he's like, no, Vicky, we have to turn in this cornfield. God, women don't know anything. And I was like, okay.
And Vicky's like, okay, like, can we go to this next town now? Like, there's nobody here. And he's like, no.
No, stupid. We gotta investigate the core.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
We gotta go. And then they go into the town.
They go in and don't they go to the house first? Or are they in the town or do they go in the house?
I think they go to the town first. Where they see the abandoned diner and the kids try and steal the car.
Oh my god.
And then they're like, let's go after those kids. And she's like, what are we gonna do when we catch the kids? And he's like, they're gonna tell us something.
you made a good point. These are very dumb.
They're so dumb.
These are very,
She's supposed to be a doctor.
Like, not street smart,
No.
They're like, oh, you're trying to hijack our car? Guess we'll look around more. Like,
They're
that's
like,
where you floor it.
A town with not a single human walking around. This diner that is clearly trashed with a rat. And they're like, let's just walk out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to run out of here screaming. This is like the 11th red flag.
It just makes me upset for Vicky.
Yes.
I'm like, and I keep thinking to that, like, that thing that's like circulating online where it's like the question for women of, would you rather be alone with a bear or a man?
Yes.
In my head, I'm like, would I rather be alone with Burt or the children of the corn? I feel like the children of the corn. Because
I think I could be their mother.
I can assimilate and they might listen to me. Maybe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like,
I think I could convince them to be mother.
God fucking damn it, Burt. He just is such a bitch. But yeah, we do get to the home, which is with Sarah and Job. Sarah is a psychic child?
I struggle.
And it's just to make things creepy?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
And she's not she's a baby.
But
little. She also does not speak. So she has these visions and she knows that Vicky's about to get dragged out and she does not say a word.
No, she's like, I have a better idea. I will use Crayola crayons to waste 20 minutes because we got to fill the time. And that's how you'll learn, Vicky.
Because I still have blank paper after all these years with no adults.
Yeah, we don't have a store, but I do have the crayons. Yep. So
no mailman coming through here.
Nope. Definitely not. Definitely not. The only thing, so like some of the fun facts were saying that apparently that I don't think her character even existed in the short story or the brother. I think they were added for movie version to be like the brother's the narrator because we need a narrator because it's based on a book and we can't do it other ways. And I think they said they made the girl psychic so that it would explain why Isaac was cool with 2 kids in the town, not like assimilating to the corn cult. And I was like, I get it, but it's just like weird that they get to go play Monopoly and Isaac's like, it's fucking cool. Have fun with the crayons, little girl.
What drugs were the entire production team on when they were putting this together? It had to
have been very low cost because there wasn't a lot of money left. Jewel, we're running out. Clearly, it's bad. Oh god.
Yeah.
But so they don't meet Joby. They meet Sarah, and again,
they break and enter into this house.
Break and enter. Bert's a dick. He's like shaking her shoulders, like what's happening?
Right.
And then Vicky's like, can you fucking not touch a child? Thank you so much.
And he's so large compared to little Sarah.
Is this where you notice his hands, Jewel? I'm a little nervous now.
No. I noticed the hands when he was like touching Vicky.
Okay. So the actress who played Sarah, have you ever seen the Babysitters Club?
Of course I have.
I figured you had. Just wanted to check. You know the character, oh god, I'm going to mix up the name. Who's the girl with diabetes?
Oh, what are all
you know who I'm
names?
talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was that character?
You go on the...
Stacy. Her name is Stacy.
Stacy.
She's the rich one. She's like, I'm from New York and I'm rich. I thought this little girl grew up to play Stacy. She does
look like her.
I was convinced it's not. It's a different actress. Isn't that? Don't they look so fucking similar though?
They do.
I was convinced. And I also found through my weird rabbit hole of research that the actor who plays Burt played some character, and I want to say it was what's-her-face's estranged dad who abandons her at the theme park. He's in the movie as like a character, and I was like, I think you play the shitty dad, and I think you're playing yourself. I don't know if I like you.
Wow. I just realized that he was in a show or a movie called Children of the Dark.
That's not corn. Wait a second.
He was in the Babysitter's Club. Patrick.
I know, but I don't know. I forget what the guy's name was or the character's name was, but I'm like, I think you were the dad that like reappears into Christy's life and ruins everything.
My God.
I'll have to rewatch to fact check.
Ruins everything.
Anyway, so sorry. We got lost in the corn maze.
So we're in this abandoned house that's not abandoned because Sarah's in there listening to records, minding her business.
Crayola, yep.
Obviously not going to give these adults any information.
They go, where are your parents? She goes, they're in the cornfield. Bitch, bitch. Girl.
And if a small child is by themselves, listening to records, drawing a scary picture, like nobody looked at the picture, says that their parents are in the cornfield, are you not running away?
I would, personally. But, again, we're
I'm
with
not
Burt,
saying.
So.
And then Bert's like, I'm going to go to town and investigate further. How does he get there?
Oh, that's a good question.
He just teleports and he's just there.
He does not drive.
He doesn't drive.
The car stays at the house, and that's how
the rest of the movie.
Corn vandalized, as I referenced it. Where I was like, that's one way to vandalize a fucking car is you shove corn husks.
You know when people used to like fork a lawn?
You just came out of your house one morning, you're like, God damn, they
got corned again!
They got me corned again, son of a bitch, these goddamn kids. Oh my God. I can't handle it. I don't know. And this is where we're filling the time of the movie because it's just him walking around the town. The set decorator did lovely corn artwork all over. There's supposed to be scary messages about like, he who walks the rows and a child shall lead us and false gods. And I was like, I get it. It's Kid Nation with religion. I get it.
This is where I'm like, this was TikTok. I'm fast forwarding. I am 2x speed.
Click.
Yeah, it is. I'm going through the story.
but you would not click through when we see the scenes with Isaac because we see Isaac is like, it's corn sermon time, kids. Do you think they had corn like? What was that, like the hosts? You remember like the hosts? It's like every come get the corn kernel. Yeah. Come get the body if you walks the roast. It's one
get one pop of corn. One popcorn.
Just one. Yeah. I don't know. But he is, he's creepy and he's like, I talk like this. He's got a weird hat. He can apparently talk to the devil. We don't really know why or anything.
Why was he chosen? I don't know.
And Malachai is just like the muscle. He's the 21-year-old muscle that we're all lying about his age because we're like, he's the tallest, so we can't get rid of him.
Exactly. He is the burliest of the Amish bunch.
He was so Amish.
Him.
I know that's a typecast, but like he was, right?
Yes. If you just scanned the crowd, I
buy whoopie pies from him,
Well, no, because the adults are the ones that know all the recipes.
Right. Nobody can cook. That's true. Yeah. We're all famished. All they eat is corn. Their GI tract is not doing well.
Right? There's not a pet in sight either.
I hate that. That makes me nervous.
Yes.
I'm like, where are they? Oh no.
You always listen to nature and the pets, and there's no animals around. And the storm was brewing.
These kids were really dirty too. I have a note about that. I'm like, was this church against bathing? But I think it's because these kids don't pay the water bill.
They don't pay the water bill and they don't have adults to bathe them.
And they don't
buy them soap.
I'm telling you guys.
Who's buying the toilet paper?
Yes, there's that. Because then there's a part at the end where a lot of kids are like, oh, well, thank God Burt did a 2-minute monologue about how this is bullshit. Now I can leave. And I was like, guys.
Spell is broken.
Guys, wait a second. I don't know about this.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Burt finds nothing. The demon children and Isaac is like, go get the non-believers. Let's fucking go, Malachai. That's all you're good for, son. Get the adults and bring them here. And so they go and get Vicky. And Vicky was like, hey, Sarah, because Sarah's like, I shouldn't draw photos. And Vicky's like, that's okay, Sarah, draw me one. 10 minutes later, I just envisioned Vicky and Sarah sitting in silence as Sarah's drawing his picture. Apparently, Vicky wasn't using her eyeballs. And then Sarah's like, done. And then Vicky looks, and it's Vicky being
carried out.
And then she's like, wait a second, what's this? And then the bitch gets kidnapped. And I was like,
I did have a flash of like, is this what your job is like?
Oh, for me? Oh, yeah. Like kids draw.
Like you are Vicky.
If a kid was like, let me draw a picture of you and let me know what you think. I'm not like looking out the window. Like I am attentive. And in the moment I see a knife, the moment I see it, that paper is coming to me. And I'm like,
or somebody on a corn crucifix.
We are not doing the Children of the Corn 18, okay? It's not happening. I would guarantee you there is one of the Children of the Corn movies where it's like a school. There's gotta be.
There's gotta be.
Where it's like, let's kill all the teachers. Like, let's do it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
If there's Children of the Corn 666, there has to be Children of the Corn.
That's the one that Isaac returns. Isaac returns, apparently, in that one. I might have to watch it.
I can't believe you know that.
I tried to do the research.
You did do the research.
It's wild.
I scanned the Wikipedia page.
Oh, God. But, Malachai is like, bitch, I'm in the house. I'm gonna axe through the door a la Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky picks up a fucking lamp.
And misses.
How, 4 feet distance. The learned helplessness she's got from Burt. I'm blaming it on Burt again. I blame Burt.
I understand that you have a horde of children coming at you with sharp objects. But to not put up any fight.
Nope. She throws a lamp at a wall.
She could have taken at least one of them down.
I think so. Even a scream. She wasn't she just was like, what? And then when she's being corn crucified, which just means they tied her to a corn cross. I don't understand how we made it, but somehow we did. The art skills are impressive.
They are when they make the little corn crucifixes too.
I thought the same thing. I was like, that takes some skill, I think.
Yes. One kid learned how to do this.
There's one talent we got out of this experience. And it was art.
when that one girl shows up at school and knows how to make the GIMP bracelet and everybody then is like, I gotta go to AC Moore.
They're like,
and get
that's
GIMP.
That girl. That's her purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, wait till I show you what I can do with a palm.
It's a lot. And Vicky gets fucking strung up there. She doesn't even scream. She only screams when she sees another dead body, which...
That skeleton was there for a long time.
It was there for a while, and I would have screamed more? But what do I know? And now it turns into a child chase scene for Burt.
Yeah.
It goes on a while.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids.
I think my note here is halfway through.
Is this where Solitaire came in, Jewel?
Yes, absolutely. I said halfway through and I'm eager for something to happen.
Yeah, well, that's because we're just looking at corn. Then they kind of try to do some stuff where Burt goes into a church, which I'm just confused. Is our church the cornfield? Is our church the church? Is our church a building? None of these kids fucking know anything. There's no rules. It's all made up.
Yep.
So there's some people having a little ceremony in church. Isaac is not there. It's some girl. And it's a guy who's cutting. He's cut. What is that called? There's a name for it. Isn't it like a devil symbol where it's a star and a circle?
Yes, it is.
What is that called?
The penta...
Oh, the Pentecost?
Not the No!
Pentagram.
The pentagram. Pentecost, okay. Isn't that the Holy Spirit?
Pentecost is Jesus. Yeah, no, this is the bad one, allegedly. He is slicing it into his chest, and then she's gathering blood in a corn cup.
The drinking game is... Drink if you see a corn.
Or you hear us say the word corn.
Corn.
They really, really used the corn.
It was in the budget.
The budget went to corn, you guys. Don't get it twisted. But Burt comes in and this is where he's like, this religion is bullshit. And what do you mean you're going to sacrifice yourself? And that guy was like, yeah, I'm 19 today. That means I die. Hooray. And everyone's like, yay.
Yay. You aged out.
But it's a bad age out. We don't like it.
Did he die?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he did. And he was cool with it. Which
he was like, this is my time and this is what I'm made for.
But what happens when everybody turns 19?
Because there's no new kids.
So
they're not making new babies.
This isn't a very good long-term cult.
There is no long-term plan here.
Yeah. But I guess cults don't care about that.
Right. Children don't think about that. They don't have a 5-10 year plan.
No, they sure fucking don't.
No.
And, speaking of no plans, this is again where Burt's getting chased by children for at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Burt could have taken them all down by this point.
In and out of street corners. At one point, he is fully surrounded and every child holds a weapon and somehow he just runs through them. And I was like, I just don't see the danger at this point.
is the threat there?
Is there a threat? It's still daytime. I feel like we can just skedaddle out of here and we'll be good. But they do have Vicky. So he somehow, I think this is where Job is like, hey, come with me. This is who we are. We'll give you a little exposition.
Come into the tornado shelter.
How does none of the other kids know about that? How did they not know? It wasn't hiding. It's in the basement.
Yeah.
They've never gone in the basement?
And I just wonder, like, how these kids aren't fast.
They're not. Well, they don't get... They're running on corn, Jewel.
That's like Job was very fast. When Job was at the very end running, we'll get there. He
ran and got the Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, he was very quick.
It was aggressive.
But the rest of them...
It becomes... Like, thank God we get to the fucking climax because I'm like, I gotta go.
I'm
it's
done.
Now it's nighttime. And they were like, Malachai and Isaac. I mean, they have like
the power struggle.
Marital strife, you know? It's not
Mom and
good.
Dad are fighting.
And all the kids are like, what do you listen to? The 19-year-old mom? Isaac? I don't know.
I don't know. Do I want weekdays or weekends?
Yeah, there was no voting.
No.
Malachai won, if you will, because he is 8 feet tall and he pushed Isaac to the ground and was just like, I'm done with your bullshit.
This is not a democracy. This is
definitely
a
not.
cornocracy.
It's it fucking is. And all the kids immediately, Malachai's like, string him the fuck up there. And
they're like, all hail Malachai.
All hail Malachai. His birthday might be tomorrow when he turns 19, but we're gonna just go with it and then figure it out because plans are hard. And so the Amos guy dies. He gets eaten by he who walks behind the rose. We don't see it because a lot of the budget, guys, we don't see barely any on-screen deaths. And then we see Isaac like explodes in the air. Is
the
that
effects?
Was it?
Okay, we get first we see Tremor Jesus coming through.
Oh my God, Corn Tremor!
Corn Tremor comes through. And then the acting award goes to Isaac on the cross.
Wow, he was upset. I'd be upset.
I would be. He was more upset than Vicky was.
His power got overturned in like 2 minutes, and we would spend 5 minutes walking around corn. Yeah, and I was like, he deserved more time.
He deserved more time for his downfall.
Yeah. For
the years that he put into crafting this cult.
The hat he wore? Come on.
The special effects. I was unprepared for I don't even know how to describe it. It creeped right up. And then it changed color.
It kind of felt like Microsoft Paint. It kind of felt like somebody had like a homemade bottle rocket that they like attached corn husk to. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do when you only have a couple $100,000.
And it's 1984.
It's rough. Times are rough. The effects were not great. We also never see the like devil thing. We just see like the underground tremors.
But then we do see Demon Isaac.
Yeah. Well, okay, but like it just kind of seemed like he was a little dusty, and I'm like, all the kids are fucking dusty.
He was definitely dusty pale, and then he had like devil horns in his forehead.
Was that devil horns or was it corn?
Oh, is he sprouting corn? Maybe.
I thought it was corn. I thought it was like, now you're corn. And I was like, well, that does suck.
That's going to check out.
So, that might be worse, maybe.
I'm going to need that to be the 17th sequel of...
It's probably in one of the... I would imagine the effects get a lot better in the, 18 other movies.
This is how you become Corn Tremor.
This is the way. Yeah, exactly. And he comes back and he's like, Malachai. And then he just fucking kills Malachai. He just snaps the guy's neck. I mean...
Competition, that's one way to get rid of it.
I do feel like I would have loved to see them, and, we could toss some other corn kids on there, on, like, Andy Cohen, and just, like, let them... Don't you feel like Andy would have stirred the pot a little bit? Like, oh, remember that time they put you on the corn crucifix, Isaac? Oh, my God.
Do you remember that time that...
Let's show the footage of Malachai, being a bitch. Let's do it. Yeah.
This is what he said behind your back.
This is what he said about you. He didn't like your hat, okay? He didn't like it.
And then we're going to fast forward because then they're going to bring in for a special guest the girl at the very end who tried to kill
Oh my god, that girl.
She was coming for the God spot.
Okay.
She's
You think she wanted to be like the leader?
I don't know. Malachai's
I felt
out.
like she was forming her own cult in the church.
She's like, I'm gonna finish this.
She's like, I already have the corn cup.
Mm-hmm.
I need some blood. Like,
yep.
we gotta figure it out.
I need Andy Cohen to bring her out as a special guest.
And she just comes out and like throws the blood cup in Isaac's face. Oh my god, it'd be amazing. Yeah, it was very like, I don't know. I was happy we're at the end, but it was a lot of things going on, but also not enough things. And Burt just makes the same stupid mansplaining message where he's like, religion! You guys are so blind.
But also, these children tried to kill Burt and Vicky so many times. Burt had multiple chances to kill them back.
Yes.
He did not take it.
I actually thought he did, because then you see a scene where Burt's just beating the shit out of Malachai. And part of me was like, I know Malachai's bad, but also in my ethical heart, I'm like, it is a child, though.
Still a child.
Do we have to like, punch him in the face 50 times? And then I thought he stabbed him, but he doesn't.
No.
He just makes a point of like, I could have killed him.
He misses him on purpose.
It's just dramatic. Vicky also like ran away at this point. He's like, Vicky, get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Yeah, and she's like, God. Thank God I'm out.
Yeah. I would have ran like away forever. Like she goes to a barn. I would have been like, goodbye, Burt. This was my corn moment. This is my corn epiphany.
Yeah.
I gotta go from you because I can't handle it.
Right.
But they end up, so they figure out, oh, we gotta shoot gasoline, something, in the corn, fire, Molotov cocktails.
Yes, because the reason that the corn devil was coming was because the man in blue, who was the original death,
the cop
came out and was like, we need to burn the cornfield because something's going on here.
It's like, there is a tremor in there, you guys.
There's a tremor here.
Why it doesn't leave the corn, no one knows.
No one knows, but this is how we gotta burn it down. We gotta get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then the tremor spoke to Isaac, and Isaac heard the call and was like, detect the tremor, kill the man in blue.
And he's like, and Malachai, now you kill.
Now, Malachai, you are my hound. And then somehow Job knows this whole story.
Yeah. Job's the narrator, Julie. He's
so true.
Child narrator.
Obviously. And he is a reliable one at that.
I guess.
And he is the one who tells Burt, we need to burn it. And Burt somehow knows all about corn farms.
He fucking does. And Burt's like such a dick to Job. Burt's like, get the fuck out of here. Don't help me. And then good thing the kid was there because the kid helped him attach the hose. He helped him figure out how to shoot all the stuff at the machine. He went and got the Molotov cocktail from the corn tremor. Is Job the hero?
Job is the hero.
Should Vicky date Job in 40 years when it's legal? Maybe like 20? No.
Maybe.
No. Maybe.
Maybe not.
I don't, okay. Sorry. I don't know. I just hate Burt.
I also hate that this is a good test to see how Burt handles pressure.
Not good.
I don't want Burt to be my doctor.
Not good. Yeah, he yells at you. He's gonna tell you you're a lady and you don't know anything.
Yes, if something were to happen on the table, he is gonna be like, it's because she's fat. That's
He's gonna start punching you and be like, and here's a knife next to your face, and then I'll teach you a lesson. And you're like, what do you
He's
mean?
gonna be yelling at the nurses, like.
I fucking hate it.
No, but he somehow is successful at burning down the cornfield. All because of Job.
Job, and I would argue Vicky. Vicky was a part of that. And then
Vicky was a part of it.
It blows up. I don't know where all the other corn children went. They were nervous, but we just walk away. Mm-hmm. And it's Burt, Vicky, Sarah, and Job. And they walk to the car, which they know is corn vandalized. I mean, it was like 4 scenes ago. I don't know why we forgot about it, but we did, apparently.
But also what I want to know is, was it just like covered in corn?
Like aesthetically corn? Yeah,
yes.
Was there corn in the exhaust pipe?
They didn't make any attempt to start the engine. You could just clean the corn out.
There's plenty of gasoline. It's all in the cornfield. Like
he said he had enough miles to get to the next city.
You're so fucking right, Jewel.
But they were like, I've had enough corn. I can't touch another cob.
No, they're like, we're just going to walk for
we'll walk
20
for 20 miles.
And then Vicky picks up Sarah, and I was like, oh my God.
How are we
that's
doing
the
this?
worst.
They're
This is the
adopting
worst.
these children.
Yeah, they're like, you're ours now. And the kids are like, wee!
Yay! And so Vicky now has 2 children.
2 children, no husband.
No husband.
No commitment. Yeah.
And all the PTSD.
Yeah, and that's literally... And then the one girl does try to attack from the car.
Yep.
None of it makes sense.
No, and then credits roll.
He fucking... I wrote a note, because he hits her with the door of the car, and it knocks her out, and he says the comments, so you know that she's not dead, but I kind of wish the movie just killed her, and then I wish his line would have been like, oh boy, I killed another kid.
I wrote, what's the final kill count?
Roll, and I would have been like, excellent ending.
Oh my God.
Wow. It is, listeners, like Julie mentioned, I think if you are millennial or an earlier generation, this movie probably scared you, but I don't know, on a rewatch, it's
kind
of silly.
Very silly. There's like 3 moments where you're going to get a little spooked.
The Isaac hat, you guys.
The Isaac hat.
Mm-hmm.
The feet.
Oh, God. And the
then,
hand in the meat slicer.
The hand in the meat slicer. Okay, and then the 4th, I think, is later on when they're chanting kill, and there's like a chant going on in the background.
Yep. Kids are chanting.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like it.
There's those 4 scenes will haunt. It does look like there's a lot of good gifts.
I think so. Yeah.
That I will now be using.
Kids flinging around corn and...
Isaac watching through the window.
Isaac with the hat,
Yes.
We'll never forget it.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Julie, what do you think? Would you watch or don't watch?
Okay. If I ran into somebody who's never watched this before...
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be like, buckle up.
Okay.
We need lots of alcohol.
Need all the...
something.
I thought you were going to say corn.
We need a big bowl of corn. And
it can be popped, but it's, we need it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch this knowing how silly it is.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I always love watching movies that people haven't seen it, and it's like silly. That's a fun time. But listen, millennials and whatever generation was before us that I can't remember right now. If this scared you, face your fears and give it a watch, because I guarantee you, it is not as spoopy.
It is not as scary.
It's not as spoopy.
I think there was a recent one that came out.
Wait, I think you are correct, because and it's not like a sequel. It almost felt like it was a
like a remake,
like a reboot or a remake. Yeah, I know exactly.
In 2020. Oh, this has even worse rating. It has a 3.7.
Well, I was going to say, 2020, how are you guys making a movie where, did we social distance and do it on Zoom? What do you mean?
Right.
Are the children Zooming in the cornfield? Tell me.
I don't know.
Dear. It's fucking crazy. Not my favorite Stephen King movie. Let's just say
Not my favorite Stephen King movie. But a classic.
Classic. So check it out. Oh my gosh. Well, normally at this point we would do, Bridget and I, or even if we were the guest, we would kind of go through a piece where we're picking our next movie. But because we're kind of handling the next couple weeks a little differently, I'm actually going to skip that segment, listener. So forgive me. I'm pulling an Isaac. He walks behind the roses talking to me. We're not talking to you. And I think these next couple episodes are going to be a surprise because I can't plan very well right now. So yeah, we're not announcing what the next one is, but
that's so exciting.
And Julie, we always do a segment, Bridget and I, where we like to profess, some love for each other via weird movie watch. So Julie, I just want to say, if we were road tripping in the fucking corn, I mean, I would do a lot of things differently.
Mm-hmm,
I would not hit a child.
Nope.
According to you, if we do, we're leaving them. It's fine.
We have a plan.
It's fine. I won't stop at the gas station.
Thank
I'm
God.
not going to turn it into the cornfields.
Nope.
If there are children, I will run, and I won't eat any corn.
Okay.
And I will believe you wherever you tell me the direction is on a map. And that's because I love you.
Thank you. And you trust me.
And I trust you. Yes.
And Katie, if we were on a road trip and going across the country, I would make sure we had all of the playlists and entertainment possible.
Okay. Thank God.
So we wouldn't be distracted.
Yes.
And we would make it through without having to turn into cornfields.
Yeah.
Or resort to adopting children.
We would use a GPS.
We would use a GPS. Or I would read the map and not need you to take your eyes off the road to read the map.
And you and I technically have gone on a road trip before. And we did have a lot of playlists. And actually, you are the reason I have Spotify Premium, because you were like, there's no ads. And
there's no
like
ads.
$10 a month. And I was like, I'm sold. And I've been paying it ever since.
You cannot live with ads.
I don't know how people live without that, honestly.
Year of 2024.
It is a modern luxury. Yes.
It is.
Yes. And listeners, if you also have a best friend of yours that you would go on a corn road trip with, but not be a Burt, because you're better than that and you're actually good friends and not hate each other on the inside. And if you think that... like, just cults are scary. Yeah, kids are scary. Corn, not so much.
Cornfields, though? Still scary.
Cornfields, yes, but other corn, no. I kind of got lost on that, but I'm gonna leave that point.
We are as lost in that thought as Burt was in the field.
Did you get lost in the cornfield with me? Yeah. Yep. And if you think that Vicky would have been safer with the children of the corn as compared to safer with Burt, because let's be honest, we all know the kids were more pissed off about Burt. We all were on the inside, If you think all that, you should write us a review. We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts, along with some other podcasting apps. And we also have a website, sisterswhoseenit.com. On our website, you can request a movie. So Julie has done that a bunch of times. It's super easy, right, Jewel?
It is so easy.
Yeah, that's right. You just go on there. There's a form you can fill out. Request any movie you like. It goes in a list. And we look at the list every now and then, and we will do it eventually. And we do sell merchandise. This is normally the part Bridget says, but I'll say it. We do sell merchandise. We have some funny references to nostalgic movies. There's t-shirts. There's other random things on there. Maybe we'll make a Children of the Corn one.
Maybe we'll have a collab.
We'll sell Isaac hats with Julie's face on them. I don't know. It
is festival season. So,
that would be a fucking hit. You just imagine one year Coachella, everyone's dressed as like Isaac and children with like a corn.
Sprig of corn.
Oh my God, I want that so bad now. Wow, yeah. So I don't know if we'll sell that, but hey, pop on there and see what happens, because who knows? The corn references are out of control. Yes, so check all that out, and we hope to hear from you. All right. Well, listeners, we'll see y'all next week for, I don't know.
Who knows?
It's going to be something, but tune in. And thank you so much to Julie. I love you.
Thank you so much for having me.
This was so much fun.
Was thrilled to be a part of this.
Glad we made it out of the cornfield.
We made it out alive with no adopted children.
Thank God, because I can't handle that. Absolutely not.
No. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Oh my God.
Cheers to you listeners.
Woo. Yeah, don't join any cults, kids, all right?
Okay.
Bye-bye. I love you.
I love you.
I love you. Bye-bye. Stay out of the cornfields.
Stay out of the fields.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswhoseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.